Guys, listen, I want to take you for a walk around the model socialist city. It was built in the 50s over a span of maybe 30 years, and you can feel there's like a different vibe here. It's very green, it's very well designed. Those buildings are probably from the 50s, but let's start from something special. A ma pani kolor wózka taki jak kolor czołgu. Dobrze pasuje jedno do drugiego. This is the Russian tank. It destroyed 4 armored cars, 3 cannons and 2 tanks, and 1 tank he damaged, the tank of the enemy. Doesn't it look great actually? Need to take some pictures of that. It's a Russian tank, but probably Polish army under Russian command operated that tank. Oh, there's a museum here now. What the heck? Is it open? It's closed. It's belongs to the veterans of the wars. You can feel how different that part is from the old Krakow, where buildings are very close to each other, congested. There's lots of space, open space here, lots of room. There is like lots of infrastructure, kindergartens, schools. This place was designed according to the best principles. Named Steel Street because the city was built around the steel mill. As I told you in another video, 300,000 people lived in this town, which became part of Krakow eventually, but originally it was separated. You see how green it is, and lots of chestnut trees, lilacs. We can walk maybe through that internal part. This looks like a kindergarten or something. Obviously it changed over the years, but like originally many people didn't like to live here because there was some kind of, the population was very young, full of energy. People would get into fights, but now as the population aged, it's actually a perfect place to live. Many young families like to move in here because it's so quiet and safe. Honestly, I have not even been here in this part, so I don't know where I'm walking, but that's okay. We'll discover it together. Oh, there are some cameras. I'm not sure what that means. Let's go this way maybe. So this part is named after Highlanders. This settlement, the entire district is divided into settlements, so each of them has a different name. Highlanders are an ethnic group that kind of they live south of Krakow. Yeah, this plant is medicinal. My grandma used to use the root of that, grated root. She would put it on the wounds, and that would speed up the recovery. And later on, when I became a chemist, I discovered one of the components of that, chemical components, was responsible for that. It looks like a maze. Seriously, I don't know where I am. No, I don't know where I'm going. This looks kind of cool. Dark. I hope I don't get kicked in the ass by some local hillbillies. Oh, nice. Huta gang refers to one of the soccer clubs because they were originally Jewish. That ethnic connotation stuck with them, and those two major soccer fans clubs, they fight with each other. Sometimes people get killed. They use machetes, baseball bats, knives, chains, brass knuckles, you name it. Some of those young gentlemen probably are members of those fan clubs. So I'm not gonna provoke them. Actually, ice creams are the best when eaten during the cold weather. That's what I noticed. Not what some people might think during the hot weather. People here are very nice, but what is typically in Poland, we don't walk slow. Like in US, people would slow down and they would not change the pace, but here we try to avoid discomfort of the drivers. We accelerate or we even run. Oh, that's where the ice cream comes from. This street is called the Rose Alley. Very romantic. And the huge statue of monument of Vladimir Lenin used to stand over there, but it has been displaced in 1989, which is kind of sad because it will be a tourist attraction. Yeah, that lady kind of looked Latino. yeah, some immigrants, they like to live here. It's cheap, inexpensive, and it's very like different than the home countries. Yeah, or the ground level stores, they'll sell anything that people of socialist city would need. They have like wristwatches, they have shoes, groceries, all sorts of services. It was very well designed, thought of city. There are many parks scattered around this neighborhood. This settlement is called Beautiful. Okay, here we have some open space. Yeah, we don't like to keep the drivers waiting. Yeah, those apartments were very basic, but for somebody who came from the countryside, it was a luxury 50-60 years ago. Sometimes people lived in houses with no plumbing, no basic amenities. So it was for them a social advancement, cultural, social. They had access to free education, big city, many universities. So the kids became educated, they got college degrees, and they moved out of this place. They became successful. That was a great thing about socialism. Free education and free healthcare. The pay was a joke. It was $20 a month. But everything else was cheap. So you could live a modest life and get your kids educated. Yeah, that's where the Vladimir Lenin monument was located. In the center of that square. I wish they left it here and covered it with some graffiti maybe. It's a very iconic restaurant. There was no greenery originally in this area. They introduced that probably like maybe, I don't know, 8 years ago, 10 years ago maybe. It was all concrete or cobblestones before. You can smell some delicious food. I hope it's Polish food, not some terrorist food called kebab. Yeah, these are linden trees. When they start blooming, it will smell like heaven. Yeah, we get in there. See those gates? They could fit an elephant. Before there were almost no cars, like 40 years ago. Now there's hardly any room to park a car. Now every family owns like at least one or two cars. They became a commodity, not a luxury. Oh, that's a milk bar. Very cheap, inexpensive, hearty food. If you don't want to cook at home, you come here to get a meal. It's probably subsidized by the state. That's how it's so inexpensive. See, before there were no cars here, but now lots of taxis. This is the Central Square, named after Ronald Reagan. This building was used to be scientific bookstore. That's where I got all my books on chemistry, very cheap. If it was not for that bookstore, I might not be a chemist today. This is another alley named after Polish general and Ronald Reagan name. Let's see, can we? Yeah, this is amazing. They still fix washes here, waste washes. Nobody does it anymore. Those old people are still active, but you know, after they're gone, nobody can replace them. Yeah, it's an intersection from a number of roads and public transportation hub. I see many buses, many trams. Okay, that's it for now, guys. Bye.